Hi, Taurus. This is Aqua Moonlight. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I am here to do your general reading. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising signs for the month of December 2020. So, we're going to take a look here for you, Taurus. What is coming in for you? What do you need to know? What's the advice for you? What do you need to hear right now? So, anything at all that needs to come through from Spirit, okay? So, of course, this is a very general reading. It's not going to resonate with all of you. So just take what fits, take what resonates with you. Also, do keep in mind that it could be picking up on your environment or, people around you. So just also take that into consideration when interpreting these readings, is that it could definitely be picking up on that energy. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So I do want to say though, at the bottom of the decks, when I'm shuffling, I just kind of notice a theme here. So at the bottom of this one, we have here joyous fun. We have happiness at the bottom of this one. We have inner child healing at the bottom of this one. Belief and faith. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Cups beneath that here. So I'm definitely noticing here with these cards, some of you could really be going through a lot of inner child healing here. And I feel like there's this feeling of wanting to step into an energy of happiness here. So a lot of you, I think you're going to be taking the road to happiness, but it's kind of like a feeling of really embracing maybe your inner child or embracing a feeling of loving yourself here. And I do feel too at the bottom of this one as well, it says here, your light is precious and your soul is delicate. Be careful of sharing too much of your light with those that only want to take away from you. Set up healthy boundaries and be aware. So I feel like this could be a theme here for you to where you're really going to be turning the wheel here in December. And this has something to do with what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel happy. And I'm getting a lot of light here for you too. So really recognizing your light and making sure that you are not giving away your light to others. And this could have been maybe an inner child wound of yours in the past. So let's go ahead and see here. So Taurus, what do we have here? So Spirit, please use me as a clear channel for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising signs for the month of December 2020. What do we have going on for Taurus? What's coming in for Taurus? What do you need to hear right now? Within and around the Tauran collective, what are the energies as we enter December 2020? Whoever's tuning into this reading, whoever needs to hear these messages, some guidance and clarity for Taurus. Okay, so let's see here. So let's go ahead and see first here. What is the overall, whoop, that just flew out. We have the, wow, the Ten of Swords just wanted to fly out here. So we'll put it over here and see how that could connect to the reading. So what is the overall theme here for you, Taurus, just within and around your energy in the month of December? What's going on? What's the overall theme for Taurus, please, in December? What's going on with your energy right now? Okay, so we have the King of Swords in reverse, and we have here the Chariot. The bottom of the deck, we have here's the Five of Pentacles reverse. Well, let me look at these first. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man reverse, Five of Pentacles reversed, Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups reversed. So I feel like this is actually connecting to the energies that I was, mentioning here with this happiness card. I do feel, and the fact that that Ten of Swords just wanted to fly out, I feel like this is about a lot of major truths and revelations that you have come into here. Some of you have already come into these revelations, and some of you, this is what's coming in for you. And I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, this is really about holding on really tightly to something. And with the Ace of Swords, there's this breakthrough here with the Hanged Man reverse. And I do feel too with the Chariot coming through, there's going to be a forward movement for you here in December. And so far, I feel like this is about being really decisive and really being in your like in charge of what you're looking for here. And I feel like with this Five of Pentacles reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups reversed, this is, you know, once again, the wheel turning for you here. I feel with the 2 5s surrounding the 10 and the 10 that flew out here, this could be a lot of major cycles that are ending for you here in December. And I feel like it has something to do with the things that have made you feel, it's like the things that have made you feel stuck here, okay? So with the King of Swords in reverse, let's go ahead and get some more clarifiers here. So what else do we have going on for Taurus? Taurus energy in December. Can we clarify this King of Swords Chariot for Taurus? What is the energy within and around? All right, so we have planning and action in reverse, and we have the honoring path here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a few more. What else, Spirit, for Taurus? December. What other messages do we have for Taurus? Yeah, okay, so we have here, break the chains that bind you. We have know your power and use it wisely. And we have here, find the silver lining. So this is a little bit similar to some of the other readings that I've done too. I feel like definitely with this card here, break the chains that bind you, and the cards that I had seen at the bottom here as well. And, you know, this 10 of Swords, I feel like this is really about, you know, breaking any chains that have held you back here, breaking any chains of the past or anything that I feel has not allowed you to be in your power. And I feel like with this know your power and use it wisely, with this honoring path here in the Chariot, this is you. For a lot of you, I feel like you are going to be, it's like there's this feeling of like explosion into your power. So this is also what came through for Sagittarius too. And I feel like with this King of Swords reversed and the planning and action card, for some of you, this is a person. For some of you, this is a person here who could be an air sign, doesn't have to be though, who maybe there was no, you know, there was no planning here, there was no action, there was no forward movement with something here with this individual, whoever this is. And I feel like there's this feeling here of you breaking the chain here, breaking a chain of, you know, being in that energy and moving forward here. And I feel like with this find the silver lining, this is really about finding, you know, finding the silver lining and why certain things have happened. And, you know, again, that did come through, I think, for Aquarius as well. So there's a silver lining to why something is happening the way that it is right now. And I feel for a lot of you, you're moving into a lot of, it's like it's like things that have been holding you back in the past are now beginning to put you in the position of really being recognized. And I feel like this is going to be a time for you to be, you know, to be recognized for whatever you're doing. And this is coming after, you know, maybe some painful endings or painful energy here. So let's see what else we have. So any other messages for Taurus in December? What do you need to hear right now, Taurus? And then we'll look at that King of Swords. What do you need to hear right now, Taurus? Yes, exactly here. So look at this. We have let go of whatever it is that you have been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it. Know that whatever is yours will have a way of being in your life without needing to force it. Finally, let it go and feel the weight lifted off of you. At the bottom here, we have there may be a battle between your ego and your higher self in regards to a certain choice or decision that you must make. Your higher self will always point you into the direction that is best for you. Take some time to think through a present choice. So whether or not this is a person, I feel for a lot of you it could be, but the King of Swords is very decisive. The King of Swords is very, he knows what he wants here. And I feel like with this coming out in reverse, with the planning and action card in reverse, some of you have been trying to make a choice, or you've been maybe having to kind of listen a little bit more to your logical side rather than your emotions, especially if you've been dealing with a love interest or somebody who has maybe not put in the effort into a connection here. I feel like you're leaving behind these habits or these feelings of being kind of lonesome or left out in the cold here by situations. And so I feel like this is going to be a time for you to let go. There's a letting go here of whatever you've been holding on to. And remember, we did have this Four of Pentacles here too, but it's kind of in a way where it doesn't necessarily have to be that, you're letting go of something forever, you're moving forward. This is more about letting go of the resistance. This is more about letting go of the tight hold that you have had on something, whatever that is. And I feel like with this Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, a lot of you have come into this, it's like you've come into this realization within yourself about what you need to do. You've come into a lot of truth. You've come into a lot of understanding about, maybe why you have been holding on to this or what you need to do in order to move forward. And I do feel for a small portion of you, I am hearing the message that only for some of you, there could be somebody here who is making the decision to move forward to you, but this is only after they have had a lot of realizations about what has held them back from taking action. But that's only for, I think, a small portion of you here. For most of you, this is about use your power or know your power and use it wisely with the honoring path here. So there's this feeling of you in December and moving forward. It's like with this horse here and in the cart, it's like you're really getting into this and you're moving forward quickly. There's a lot of quick movement. So I feel like for a lot of you, I am hearing that you're going to have, it's like there's these chains that have been kind of tethering you here. It's like right in the middle. There's been this chain. It's like I'm getting a visual that the chains like have been behind this horse and it's been keeping you from moving forward here. And I feel like what's happening is that the minute that you let go of something, of the resistance, of the ego here, of holding on to something out of maybe ego or holding on to something out of fear, whatever this was, and we'll see what this is that you've been holding on to, but you may know what this is. It's like there was no, it's kind of like when you hold on to something so tightly, it cannot flow or it cannot move forward. And so I feel like there's this breaking of this chain here, and it's like the horses are galloping forward now. So there's this feeling of you moving into an incredible surge of, forward movement here within your path. And I feel for a lot of you, this is about your recognition, your rewards, just moving into a place of self-love, self-acceptance. I'm almost getting to that a lot of you will have a lot of suitors romantically here if you're single, or you're just going to have a lot of recognition with your career or whatever you're doing. And I feel like it's because you are making the choice here to let go of something out of, it's not necessarily only ego. It's like you've been holding on to something out of fear of losing it. And I feel that's the Ten of Swords that flew out earlier. It's like, yes, there is a painful ending here. There's a painful realization. For some of you, this is just about accepting pain about something. So it's just about accepting, for example, maybe somebody's not putting you first or somebody is not taking the action that you want them to. There's a feeling of acceptance with the Five of Cups in reverse here. A lot of you are coming out of the pain of, there is a little bit of that ego here though. Like, and I don't know if it's because it's kind of like, because I'm a Taurus too, so I understand for those of you who could resonate with it. It's kind of like you may hold on to something because it's yours, or because you want it to be yours, or because you have a hard time with change, with letting go. And that's kind of the feeling I'm getting for some of you. It's like you really have not wanted to surrender something, because that means you're surrendering your power, or you're surrendering your like what you've always known, or your familiarity. And so I feel that you are coming into this acceptance of acceptance of your highest good. Okay. And so now it kind of makes sense too, when we have the happiness card here, and we have the joyous fun and the inner child. So I'm getting the message that for some of you here, there's a heavy, okay, so there's a heavy inner child wound here, and this is surrounding intimacy for a lot of you, if this part, could resonate with you, because we have this card here. Take a look at your relationship with intimacy, both with yourself and or with a partner. This area of your life may be in need of healing, balancing, or attention, and love your body. So this is kind of about, for some, it's letting go of any like shame that you have had about yourself, especially if it's been connected to another person. So this could be you wanting to, either give yourself to somebody who's not available, or there's been this feeling of maybe repeating patterns that your inner child has wanted to be accepted by somebody here. And this is kind of the realization that you're having. It's like you've been holding on to things here. You've been holding on to things here that have not, it's like you've been, and that's the feeling with the Four of Pentacles, like holding on to something because you're afraid of losing it, or holding on to something because it's easier than to accept something within yourself, not wanting to change. And I feel like this realization of why you've been holding on to something. And there's this kind of epiphany almost that you're coming into, about knowing that you do deserve a lot better, especially if this relates to intimacy or sexual relationships. And I feel like you're coming into a lot of honor within yourself and your body, and just and if it doesn't have to do with intimacy, then it's just about your self-worth. And this is going to be this realization that you're having here about what you deserve with the happiness card. And so remember that card at the beginning of the reading that said to not share your light with everybody. That's also part of this, because you're breaking this chain here. You're breaking the chain to giving yourself, especially intimately, but in any way, to people who, or one person who has taken it from you, taken your precious energy. And it's like in the past, you've been deciding with your emotions maybe, or you've been deciding with the feeling of wanting to be seen, or wanting to be loved, or wanting to be wanting to be loved here. But it's actually has been coming from a little bit of a wound, like a wound here, an inner child wound of maybe rejection or abandonment issues. And so the minute that you let go of this, I feel like you are going to kind of have this wave come in of recognition and happiness, and it's freedom. And so with this, find the silver lining. This is about finding the silver lining in this realization, in this pain, in this, epiphany here that you're having. Okay, so we have slip into a deep meditation and focus only on your breath. Connect to what your body needs by feeling its vibration and state of being. You will feel more in tune and intuitively aware of exactly what you need the most. So meditation is going to be really essential for you right now. Really, really making sure that you are knowing what you need and what you deserve and what you desire. And this is part of what your body needs, not just, it's what you need on a emotional and physical level. So even if this month is going to be difficult for you, Taurus, or even if you're coming into a lot of painful realizations, just know that this is for your highest good. And you'll be surprised at kind of how the energy will open up when you do this. Yes, we have pale pink, gentle love. There's a very gentle energy coming in for you. And it's like you're being encouraged to be gentle on yourself. Yeah, Kuan Yin here. So this is a really perfect perfect meaning here with this energy, the Kuan Yin. So work with Kuan Yin because this is really going to make you feel nurtured within yourself, loving yourself, mothering yourself, especially if you're feminine. It's going to be a time to connect with your feminine side, but more importantly to connect with your worth as a feminine here and to know who you are and exactly what you deserve. And so you're going to be stepping into a lot of power when you break these chains. And I said this for Sagittarius too, but this is more about your self-acceptance. This is like a very personal thing I feel for a lot of you that connects to, like I mentioned, your intimacy or your body, or, how you feel worthy of love and how you have maybe been in the past. It could be codependent patterns that you have been dealing with to where you felt codependent or you have displayed codependent tendencies. And it's like there's this realization of why you've been doing that. So anything else and I'm also hearing the message too that this could be somebody else who walked away from you, or this could be somebody else who has decided that they don't either want this anymore, or there's a realization of a truth here, or like somebody doing something that triggers you, and that's the silver lining. The silver lining is that this pushed you into loving yourself. This pushed you into your self-acceptance here. So any other messages for Taurus in December? Yes, sovereignty. So it's like you're becoming the sovereign of your life here, of yourself. You're really going to be feeling very in tune with yourself here. And I kept seeing this one when I was shuffling here, tumbleweed, native spirit. Some of you might have indigenous, roots or ancestors here, but this is also about being in tune with your power here. What other messages do we have for Taurus in December? Taurus, sun, moon, rising. Any other messages for Taurus? Yeah, this is definitely what it is. So we have healing, unrequited love. This is a very, it's a tough meaning here, but Spirit really wants you to see how much you're worth. Okay, so if you've already realized this, that there has been an unrequited situation, or there's going to be something that's going to kind of it's going to kind of push you to realize this. So for some, it is going to be because there's going to be a direct, ending, or even a betrayal, or even something that comes to light here about somebody's true colors. And this is going to be the trigger for you. For others, it's just kind of a realization that maybe something is just not working. Maybe you're realizing that you've been waiting for something, or there's been this waiting of energy. And then there's this kind of epiphany that, why am I waiting for somebody, or why am I waiting for something that is only going to keep me in a place of unrequited love, or dealing with unrequited love, okay? And then for, maybe the last group of you, it could just be a realization that's triggered just purely within your own energy, maybe by a family or anything like that, that makes you kind of feel that you have been in multiple situations that have been unrequited, or it could even be that there's been a feeling of family members or friends who have not given you the same in return. For most, I think it is about love or even a specific connection, but just take it how it fits for you. But this is definitely going to be the realization you're coming into here. And I think we have old thought. See? So this is about a lot of stuff I feel for some of you is very ingrained in you. So there could have been a long-standing connection, or this could be just repeating patterns, or even just your family, that has been kind of continuing to push you into this feeling that you don't deserve love, or that you don't deserve it, like sacrificing who you are to fit into, not fit in, but sacrificing who you are to feel accepted. It's more about being accepted or abandonment or that kind of thing, I feel, for a lot of you. So you're really going to be stepping into the past here and kind of cleaning up any old thoughts, any old memories. And the King of Swords, I'm going to look at him in a minute here, but he definitely can be. If it's not a particular person, the King of Swords reverse can be very cold. It can be a little bit narcissistic. Okay, so some of you, this could even be somebody who has been kind of like an energetic vampire here. They've been taking from you. They've been a little bit narcissistic, or you've had a pattern of attracting those types of people. And it is going to be brought up to the surface for you to know why you have been doing this, why you have been attracting these types of people, and really breaking that chain, breaking that wound. We have Sage, Wisdom. We have, yeah, expansion and new opportunities, Sunflower. This is so beautiful because the sunflower is just so vibrant and so warm. And I feel like you are really, this is the, see the happiness card. Every time I think of sunflowers, I think about happiness. And so this is you moving into a lot of happiness. And so Spirit really wants you to tell you that you are going to be happy. So even if it's difficult now, even if it's painful now, the silver lining is that once you kind of come out of this, it's about you feeling really whole within yourself. And because of that, you are going to be attracting the right partner, the right person, the right circumstances, and really being the sovereign of your life here. And this is going to be the power that you have to be very, compassionate and very empathetic here with the Kuan Yin, and really have an open heart. A lot of you have just had a very open heart in the past, and it's been taken advantage of. And yeah, and here we have release your fears. Yeah, so release your fears right now. Try to release your fears around. I'm getting another additional message for some of you that if you, for example, meet somebody new, or if something comes into your life, a love interest that is, not something that has really hurt you time and time again, this is kind of a feeling of you releasing your fears around how this has been in the past, how you have felt unwanted in the past, or felt that you've been giving yourself in the past. So it's like this feeling of you releasing your fear around the fact that not everybody is going to be who they were before, or I should say, not everybody's going to be repeating patterns that you have had before in relationships. And so this is about releasing fear and trusting that trusting that trusting yourself more. Yeah, Sage, there's a lot of growth here spiritually for you, but also within your level of self-trust. It's kind of like when you don't trust yourself, or when you don't feel whole within yourself, then it's easier to blame yourself. But when you feel really good, then you don't blame yourself anymore, and you feel, if that makes sense, it's like you kind of are moving into a place of trusting your intuition and trusting your own inner guidance here. So we have angelic communication here. So you're really going to be tuning into spirit, tuning into this angelic communication here that's coming towards you. I feel this is really going to be divinely guided for you. Divine guidance. And it's like preparation, there's a preparation here for what's to come. There's a preparation for the right person. There's a preparation for you to be kind of prepared for this love, or prepared for, it's like in the past you were not prepared, because you had not healed these wounds. Any other messages for Taurus? Any other messages for Taurus? Yes, absolutely. So we have here, I forgive and let go with loving ease. And then we have, I love myself completely and unconditionally. This is in reverse. And we have here, yes, I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. So the fact that these are in reverse, I feel like you're just moving through this. It's not that you're going to be in this, state, I feel forever, of not loving yourself or not feeling complete. This is about you moving through this lesson. And so this is going to be what you need to focus on. So if you're not focusing on this, then Spirit wants you to focus on feeling whole within yourself. Okay. I meet resistance with kindness. And again, it's kind of sideways because you're in the middle of this. You're in the middle of this transition. So let's see here. What's next for you? Any other messages? Actually, let me look at this King of Swords. So what is this King of Swords in reverse here for? I just heard Aquarius. Maybe it's an Aquarius for some of you. For Taurus, what is this King of Swords here for? Yeah, so it feels kind of like it's a pattern for the most part. We have the Wheel of Fortune again, so there's another confirmation of the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Page of Cups, which is kind of sideways, and then we have the Death card as well. So we have a lot of major cards, the Death card, the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you are... There's a transformation here. So it's very much connected to what, the reading has been about here, because at the bottom we have here, going back again, the Four of Pentacles with the Justice reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, Magician reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. It kind of feels like you've been on the fence here with making a choice, with making a decision. And that's kind of the same card we had here with, where is it? Yeah, there may be a battle between your ego and your higher self in regards to a certain choice or decision that you must make. Your higher self will always point you into the direction that is best for you. Take some time to think through a present choice. Some of you do have to make a choice or decision right now, and this is central around what the reading, has been about here. And so I feel like you're choosing yourself here. Especially if there has been, in the past, somebody here who betrayed you, or, an injustice here. So I'm actually just going to grab... So let's just look at the outcome, actually. Let's just look at what's coming in for you. What's coming in for Taurus? What's the next chapter for you? What's coming in for you, Taurus? What's coming in for Taurus? What is this Wheel of Fortune bringing you? Yeah, so we have discovery here. And see here we have fear in reverse. And we have fragmented energy. And again, this is kind of the feeling, the fragmented energy. This is a number 6 card. This has to do with your past. And it's really just a process. I feel for a lot of you, this is not a process that you need to rush or feel like you have to be at a certain place. This is just about, knowing what your patterns have been, knowing this feeling of unrequited love, knowing how you have maybe behaved in the past. And with this discovery card, you are discovering yourself. You're discovering, with this Page of Cups here too, a new way of being, a new way of opening up and discovering. It's like I'm getting a lot of discovering your inner child too, discovering who you are on a I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're discovering who you are on a I guess that's the best way to explain it, like an inner child level. So going back to your inner child and kind of deciphering what you really need in love, what you really need in relationships, and not fragmenting yourself for anybody, if that makes sense. So you're healing these fragments from the past. Major transition within yourself. So let's just get some final words of advice for you, because I feel like this is really going to be about you just discovering yourself. Some of you are going to be discovering, a new connection, or there's going to be a feeling of you wanting to discover new love, even if it's just a specific person or just new love in general. Whoops. So what is the advice here for you? What is the final advice for Taurus? What is the final advice for Taurus? Yes, we have accept the truth, and we have heart chakra, exactly. And here we have embrace your shadow. So this is just summarizing everything. It's just about you embracing your shadow, accepting the truth of this whole situation, accepting the truth about, who you are, your heart chakra here, really working through shadows within your heart chakra. And so this is only going to transmute when you accept it. And that's this fragmented energy of you kind of putting the puzzle pieces together of where you have been fragmented and where you have not been whole. And so you're going to be coming into a lot of self-realizations and self-truth. And this is all central around love, your heart chakra, self-worth, your body, intimacy, that kind of thing here. Codependency as well. All right, let's get the final card here. The final word of advice for Taurus. So I just heard naked, which really makes sense here. It's like you're stripping down to being naked within yourself, being vulnerable, being able to accept yourself. What's the final advice for Taurus? Okay, so we have bring some color and variety to your life right now. Work with color therapy, spice up your routine, or pick up a paintbrush and canvas. Replace the gray areas with bright hues. You're in need of a liveliness boost. Yes, so you're moving towards this liveliness boost here. You're moving into this discovery, Page of Cups, everything that we have had here. So maybe do something to work with color, do something with the, painting, because this is going to help you to kind of color in the dull areas or the fragmented areas of yourself. Okay. So I hope that this could help you, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great month, and I will talk to you guys next time. Much love.